Good morning and welcome to Chester's Quiz, the final one in this series of quizzes since we had the lockdown. As usual, we have 15 questions for you to have a go at. Multiple choice against the clock as always. And the pin code is there, 56373. So if you input that pin code and then tap the screen, which will see you registered for today's Chester's Quiz, 56373, and then tap your virtual keypad screen. I'll return shortly. Welcome if you've just joined us. Nick here again, ahead of today's Chester's quiz, the final one for now. Hope you've been enjoying the quizzes. We have decided to bring the quizzes to an end online for now. The easing of the restrictions, meaning that numbers have dropped in recent weeks, understandably, of course. People with various other things they can do with their time, but do hope that everybody has enjoyed taking part in them while they've been running. So the pin code there is 56373. Then don't forget to tap the screen to ensure that you are registered for today's quiz. 56373, and then tap the virtual keypad screen. Remember, if you have played before, you do need to change the number because it does automatically save the last pin code that you used, but there is a unique one for each quiz, so do make sure you're using today's exclusive number 56373, and then tap the screen. You'll be registered then to take part in today's quiz. So as always, it's against the clock, multiple choice. For the quicker you answer, the more points you stand to gain. Don't leave it until the last second because the internet delay is around about 6 seconds. If you leave it until the last few seconds, then you do risk missing out on some valuable points. The general knowledge quiz today to end on. So various different subjects covered. 56373, and then tap the virtual keypad screen to ensure that you are registered to take part. And I'll return shortly. Welcome if you've just joined us for today's final Chester's quiz. We're into double figures now. 12 people it's showing on my screen. 56373 is the pin code, and then remember to tap your keypad screen to ensure that you're registered. Around about 5 minutes away from the start of today's quiz. Multiple choice, general knowledge against the clock. The quicker you answer, the more points you stand to gain, of course. So don't leave it until the last few seconds, or you will risk missing out. 56373, and then tap the screen, and you'll be registered to take part in today's quiz. A reminder about last week, we had Ayrton XM as the winner. Teacup's Barmy Army was the runner-up, and in third place was Lightning Lucas. So the top three will once again win free admission to Chester's Den when that reopens. We haven't been given the go-ahead to reopen the play centre yet, but rest assured, as soon as we're able to do so, then Chester's Den will reopen. So keep an eye on the club website and social media channels. We'll keep you up to date with any developments on that front. 56373 is the pin code. And then tap the screen to take part in today's quiz. 56373. 15 people now, just a few minutes away from kickoff. While we're waiting, just to remind you about tomorrow's fun family quiz, the final one for that as well in this series. That will be from around 5 PM, so do join us for that one for all the family. And we have Spyrights quiz, that's on Wednesday night from around 8 PM. So the question set by Phil Tooley, once again multiple choice against the clock, and it also is the final Spyrights quiz for now, so do join us for that. There's 17 people registered for today's quiz, just a couple of minutes away. 56373 is the pin code that you need, and then don't forget to tap the screen. A reminder as well, if you've played previously, then it does save your last pin code automatically, but you do need to input today's pin code 56373 and then tap the screen, because any other pin code will not be valid and you'll not be able to take part, unfortunately. So around about a minute or so away from kickoff in today's Chester's quiz for kids, the final one in the series. Hope you've enjoyed playing them. Received some feedback to suggest that certainly some people have. So great to hear from you. Thanks very much for those who have taken the time to get in touch. So under a minute now until we start. 56373 and then tap the screen to register for today's quiz, who will have the honour of winning the final Chester's quiz in this series. Again, the top three will receive free admission to Chester's Den when that reopens, so all to play for. Ayrton XM, the winner last week. Teacup's Barmy Army, the runner-up, and in third place was Lightning Lucas. Be interesting to see if that trio are with us today. So 56373 and then tap the keypad screen to register for today's quiz. Against the clock, multiple choice. Answer as quickly as possible to get as many points as possible. So I'll make that 10 past 11 now. So 17 people registered. A final call if you've just joined us, and you go on buzzerpad.com to set up your virtual keypad and put in that pin code there shown on the screen, 56373, and then tap the screen. So we'll now get underway with today's final Chester's quiz. Okay, so I'll take a look in a moment just at people who are playing today. So we have there Glee Team, Blue Boys, Ayrton XM, the reigning champion, number 1 Sparite, Teacups, Barmy Army, Will Bob, Sebastian James 7, Nancy Noodles, Metcalf Massive, Landon Watty, Isla, Sophia, Lightning Lucas, Lightning Leo, Lando, Archie Dude, and Hazza 9. That's the 17 who are taking part today in the final Chester's quiz for kids. So let's get underway. Okay, how many leaves does a lucky clover normally have? Is it 4, 3, or 5? A lucky clover, how many leaves does that normally have? 4, 3, or 5? Just Lando to answer. Less than half the time remains. Make sure, Lando, that you have registered properly. If you've just joined us, you need to tap the screen. So everybody answering bar Lando. And the answer is 4. So how many people put 4? Most of you getting that right. 14, 3 was the answer for a couple of people. And one going for 5. Let's take a look at the leaderboard after the first question. Ayrton XM, the defending champion, with a great start. Top of the leaderboard straight away, then Will Bob and the Metcalf Massive. So just a reminder to Lando, if you've just joined us, just make sure that you've put in the relevant number and pressed your screen. Once you've done that, just make sure that you are registered to take part. Question 2. What do you call a shape that has 5 sides? Is it a heptagon, a pentagon, or an octagon? A shape with 5 sides. Quite difficult. Sent by Chester, of course. The questions: heptagon, pentagon, or octagon? And Lando still to answer. So maybe that you've got connection problems at Lando. Just 10 seconds now remain for you to get your answer in. So clearly some issue with Lando there. The answer is pentagon. How many people put pentagon? 15 getting that right. Just 2 put in the incorrect answer. So is Ayrton XM still our leader? Yes, by 2 points from Will Bob, and then Lightning Lucas in 3rd place. Question 3. Which country's flag is this? Is it Pakistan, Egypt, Sri Lanka, or India? How do you know your flags? Do you recognise that one? Is it from Pakistan? Is it Egypt, Sri Lanka, or India? Well, most people answering within about 15 seconds or so. Lando still with an issue, whether it's a connection issue or not registered in. And the answer is India. How many people put India? Most of you getting that right. 11. 4 going for Pakistan and 2 for Egypt. So the leaderboard shows Will Bob as the new leader, ahead of Hazza 9, and then a Metcalf Massive, Nancy Noodles, Teacups, Barmy Army, Landon Watty, Glee Team, Blue Boys, Archie Dude, and Pip. So the former leader, Ayrton's XM, drops just outside the top 10. Just 2 to get off the mark, Lando and Isla. So, move on. Question 4. In which sport does Owen Farrell represent England? Is it rugby union, football, or cricket? Owen Farrell. Which sport does he play for England? Rugby union, football, or cricket? And less than half the time remains. I'm running out to get your answer in. Last 10 seconds. And the answer is rugby union. How many people put rugby union? 15 getting that right. 1 going for football. 2 no-shows. And the leaderboard. Will Bob still there, just a point ahead of the Metcalfe Massive. And has a 9. So very tight at the top. Nancy Noodles, Teacups Barmy Army, Landon Watty, Blue Boys, Glee Tea, Marchie Dude, and Ayrton XM. Question 5. How many colours are there in a rainbow? Is it 5, 7, or 9? So the number of colours in a rainbow. 5, 7, or 9? And less than half the time remains. If you're both experiencing connection issues there, Lando and Pip. Few seconds remain. And the answer is 7. How many people put 7? 11 if you're getting that right. 5 going for 9. Take a look at the leaderboard. And the Metcalfe Massive takeover at the top. Excuse me just a moment. So the Metcalfe Massive are the leaders. 171 has a 9, is in second place. And then Will Bob, the former leader, in third. NXM, the defending champion, moves up the table to 6th. At the bottom, Lando clearly experiencing some issues. Sophia, second from bottom, then Sebastian James, 7. Okay, on we go. Question 6. What is 25 by 25? Is it 625, 750, or 875? Well, Chester does like his maths questions. He's asking, what is 25 multiplied by 25? Is it 625, 750, or 875? Less than half the time remains. Ten seconds left. Quickly get your answer in. And the answer is 625. How many people got that right? Well, 9 going for 750, so only 6 getting that right. A tricky question. Let's take a look then. See how that affects things. And then Metcalfe Massive still at the top. Has a 9 in second. And Will Bob in third. So where is the smallest bone in the human body? Is it in the nose, the foot, or the ear? Smallest bone in the human body. Either in the nose, the foot, or the ear. Where is that? So less than half the time now remains. Still a few still to answer. We've got everybody who can answer, who's now answered, with less than 10 seconds remaining. Smallest bone in the human body is in the ear. And 13 got that right. 2 going for foot, 1 for nose. Leaderboard. Metcalf massive. 11 points ahead of Hazard9 and then Landon Watty in 3rd place. Okay, which member of the royal family is this? Is it the Duke of York, the Earl of Wessex, or the Duke of Edinburgh? You know your royals. Who is that? The Duke of York, the Earl of Wessex, or the Duke of Edinburgh? Quickly get your answer in. Less than half the time now remains. Just the 2 who are struggling to connect for some reason. Because the 16 have all answered. And the answer is the Earl of Wessex. Prince Edward. Let's take a look. So B, 12 of you getting that right. 3 going for Duke of Edinburgh, 1 for Duke of York. So are the Metcalf Massive still our leaders? They are. By 9 points now from Hazard9. Landon Watty in 3rd. Lightning Lucas and Lightning Leo were just outside the top 3. Then it's Will Bob, Blue Boys, Teacups Barmy Army, Ayrton XM, and Nancy Noodles. That's the top 10. Okay, spot the ball time. Where is the ball? Look at the photo and say A, B, or C. It's always a tricky one. Where is the ball? Is it A, B, or C? Quickly get your answer in. Just going to be a guess. You won't know for certain. Remember, the quicker you answer, the more points you stand to gain. The points going down on the top right hand of the screen. So have a guess as quickly as possible, which 16 have done. So where is the ball in that photo? And the answer is C. How many people put C? Well, most popular answer, just 7 people going for C, 6 for A, and 3 for B. On the leaderboard, Hazard9 takes over at the top, replacing the Metcalf Massive. That made a real difference. Landon Watty still in 3rd, but the change of leaders there. 22 points now the difference, with Hazard9 at the top. Question 10. Who is the patron saint of Wales? Is it St. Patrick, St. Andrew, or St. David? The patron saint of Wales is what we're looking for. Either St. Patrick, St. Andrew, or St. David. Patron saint of Wales. Less than half the time now remains. I think everybody has answered who can answer. So the patron saint of Wales is St. David. How many people put C, St. David? 12 of you getting that right. 3 going for St. Patrick and just 1 for St. Andrew. So on the leaderboard, Hazard9 is still there. 17 points clear of the Metcalf Massive. Landon Watty in 3rd. Okay, which team won promotion to the Premier League yesterday? Was it Nottingham Forest, West Brom, or Leeds United? Who won promotion to the Premier League yesterday? Nottingham Forest, West Brom, or Leeds United? You've been watching the football on TV. It's rather strange without any fans there. Like the best attempts with the crowd noise. Really do need the supporters to make football what it is. So everybody has answered who can answer. So the team who won promotion to the Premier League, Leeds United. How many people put C? Everybody getting that right. So has a 9 still there ahead of the Metcalfe Massive, Landon Watty in 3rd place. Okay, what is a baby deer called? Is it a foal, a doe, or a fawn? A baby deer. See the photo there showing the baby deer. What do you call it? Do you call it a foal, a doe, or a fawn? Baby deer. So everybody has answered. Who is able to answer? So we're going to the final few questions of the final Chester's quiz for kids. Now, baby deer is called a fawn. How many people put fawn? Only 5, so that could have changed things. A doe, that's a female deer. And a foal, the young of a horse, and I think 1 or 2 other animals, but fawn is the answer, C. So does that change things at the top? Well, it does. Landon Watty storms to the top of the leaderboard, ahead of Hazanine and the Metcalfe Massive. So that made a real difference on that one. Question 13. How many days are there in a leap year? Is it 365, 366, or 367? Days in a leap year. 365, 366, or 367? Everybody has answered. Who is able to answer? So do you know the answer to that one? The number of days in a leap year. Most people seem to answer pretty quickly, so may well be confident on that one. And the answer is 366. So how many people put B? 15 if you got that right. Just 1 going for 365. On the leaderboard, Landon Watty is 20 points clear of Hazanine, and then the Metcalfe Massive in 3rd place. Okay, I think we're going to the second to last question now. We are. What is the correct spelling? Look at the different spellings for broccoli and tell us whether it's A, B, or C. It's quite a tricky one, that. Another one put into the mix by Chester. Put in a couple of difficult ones today, I feel. The correct spelling for broccoli. And everybody who can answer has put in their answer. How confident are you? Yep, quite a tricky one that. I think that would catch quite a few people out. And the answer is B. B-R-O-C-C-O-L-I. So B is what we're looking for. And 10 of you got that right, so well done. 3 apiece going for A and C, but B is the correct answer. So how does that change things, if at all, at the top? Landon Watty is 26 points clear going into the final question. So, yep, looks like barring a disaster, Landon Watty will be today's winner, but still up for grabs. Places in the top 3, don't forget that. All the people in the top 3 will receive a free session at Chester's Den when that reopens. So we go into the final question of the final Chester's quiz in this series. Good luck, everyone. Auf Wiedersehen means goodbye in which language? Is it French, German, or Spanish? Auf Wiedersehen. In which country would you be if you were going to say goodbye to somebody? Would you be in France, Germany, or Spain? Well, I think people are confident about that one. Answered very quickly. So I thought that would be appropriate, seeing as we are saying goodbye for now to the Chester's quiz. We're saying Auf Wiedersehen. French, German, or Spanish? It is German. Take a look. And all but one getting that right. So let's take a look at the final leaderboard in the final Chester's quiz. So we're going to start by taking a look at third place today. It is the Metcalfe Massive. They were ahead at one point, but still on the podium in third place, so well done to you. Second place today, Hazza 9. And today's winner, Landon Watty. So congratulations to Landon Watty. Let's take a look further down. Lightning Leo just outside the top 3. Then Blue Boys, Ayrton XM. Last week's winner, of course. Lightning Lucas, Will Bob, Teacups Barmy Army, Glee Team, Isla, Nancy Noodles, Number 1 Spyrite, Archie Dude, Sophia, Sebastian James 7, Pip, and Lando. Lando clearly had connection issues, so unfortunately you weren't able to take part today. But thanks very much to everyone who has played in today's quiz. And a reminder about tomorrow, our final fun family quiz around 5 PM. Then we have our Spyrites quiz Wednesday night at 8 PM. So please do join us for one or both of those. Congratulations once again to our winner, Landon Watty. Also well done to Hazza 9 and the Metcalfe Massive. Don't forget to take a photo of your keypad screen or a screenshot to prove you're in the top 3, so you can claim a free session at Chester's Den when that reopens. Thanks very much to everyone who's taken part today and over the course of the Chester's quizzes that we've put on, the series of those. I hope you've enjoyed them. Thanks very much for supporting them, and who knows, we may do some other similar Chester's quizzes in the future, so keep an eye on our social media channels. Of course, there's Chester's Den Twitter and Facebook channels, so please do like and follow those, and keep an eye on what's happening with Chester. We'll keep you updated on his antics on the social media channels. So until we speak, look after yourselves and take care.